Falling on your feet, do you finally see what you're missing?
Today I'm going to start a new series on my channel. I was thinking to do this series of Shop My Stash for at least a few good years, and I want to be very diligent with this. So today is the first video, is the kickstart of my Shop My Stash series here on the channel, where I'm going to play with the makeup that I have on my collection, because yeah, we are always tempted to buy new releases, but in this way we are forgetting about products that we spend our hard-earned money on them, and they are just sitting and expire in our collection. So yeah, let me show you what I'm going to pick for today's video and how I recreated this look afterwards using the products that I've been shopping in my stash. So don't go away! I'm recording this part with my mobile phone. So I have this cosmetic case that I bought a while ago from Primark, I believe, and I wanted to use it for the Shop My Stash purpose. So I'm going to fill this out with the product that I'm going to choose for today's Shop My Stash. And by the way, this is an overview of my vanity. It's not very tidy. I still have some work in progress, but yeah, just to make an idea. Okay, moving to primers. I was thinking to use this Infallible Super Grip Primer, but I think, if I'm not wrong, I've used this a few times and it was peeling on me. So I have no idea if I should test it now and see if I have the same opinion or not. Maybe I'll keep it for another time. What other primers I have? I don't have so many. I have decluttered some of my stuff I didn't show you. I think I'm going to use the Catrice Grip and Last Putty Primer. Okay, move it here. Next is the foundation slash concealer. So this is the drawer which is screaming for organization. I have foundation all over the place, including inside, and also some of my foundations are outside. So you know what? I haven't used in a very long while this NYX Born to Glow foundation. I remember how much I have enjoyed this. And now I also want to use a concealer that I haven't used in a very long while. I have this one from Revlon, but I think it's too light for me as I am right now. I'm going to use this from McGrath. This is also quite not giving enough love. The last thing that I'm going to choose from here, it's maybe an eyeshadow palette. This is not the only place where I have the eyeshadow palettes, but it's not here. Oh, I know what I want to use. Just a second. I'm going to use my Naked 2. There is place where you can put your palette. I need bronzer. You know what? I'm going to use this Persona Cosmetics cream bronzer in the shade Dune. And for the cream blush, I'm going to use this one by Rose Ink. Now we need powder blush and bronzer. Guys, look what I found here. Mary Luminizer. I have seen the other day a video from Tati, and she was mentioning about this highlighter. I may use it. Let's pull it out. Blush, MAC Melba. And bronzer. I could use this Maybelline City bronzer, even though the packaging is broken. For eyeshadow primer, I think I'm going to use the same one. What else we need? We need a powder. I have this NYX HD Studio. You see here I have my brushes. For the under eye powder, I'm going to use this one by Battery. I was thinking about brushes, but let me show you something else. You see this other drawer? Here are my brushes that were not FAVE or BK Beauty. Okay, I have a FAVE BK Beauty here, but it's just by mistake. Hey, I found my Rare Beauty concealer brush. Let's use her up then. But I want to grab some of the brushes that I have here and I haven't been giving enough love. For lip liner, I'm going to use this one by BK Beauty. I have a few lipsticks from BK Beauty. I will figure out which one I'm going to use in today's try on. Let's get back to work. I have only done a change, so I was picking up the Maybelline brow pencil, but I decided that I haven't used the E.L.F brow pencil in the shade Taupe in a very long while, so I'm going to use this one. And I also applied my eyeshadow primer because I want to start with the eye look. Maybe I'm going to first fill in my brows. I have it for years. I mostly go for the tiny little tips for the micro precise, but I remember this was one of the most raved about products. A very good and very inexpensive brow product from E.L.F. So today I'm about to receive my Sephora order, and I'm very excited because I have ordered a few things from a brand House Lab. So you might see that video before, but today I wanted to record this Shop My Stash, and I want to make it for me like a habit because I tend to neglect my older makeup. I want to do it, if it's possible, at least one time per month, if not at least every second month. So you are going to see in the future more Shop My Stash video from me. Now I'm going to zoom you a little bit in because we are going to play with the eyeshadow. I had a specific reason why I choose this eyeshadow palette, because Urban Decay just relaunched their original naked eyeshadow palette. When I purchased this one, I didn't purchase it when it was Holy Grail or OG. It was sold out. So the first naked palette that I purchased, it is the Naked 3. And I always debated between a Naked 2 when they came back to stock, between Naked 2 and Naked 1. Finally, I went for this one because I was feeling that the colors represent me more. And there is a shade here that I love so much, it's called Pistol. But I haven't used this eyeshadow palette. This is not that old like the Naked 3, so I don't have it so long in my collection. But I believe when I have used this eyeshadow palette, I had a different and smaller audience. I have pulled out a few of my older brushes. I remember back in time I ordered this one from Douglas, which is like an Ulta shop here. So maybe first of all I'm going to take this brush. This is from BH Cosmetics. They don't exist anymore, but this brush is V5. I remember it was my favorite crease brush. I want to set the eyeshadow primer that I just applied. Now I'm going to take the shade Tease. I believe they have this shade in other palettes. This is a very nice transition shade. I don't have another matte shade besides the black one to intensify my outer V, but first I'm going to get a smaller brush. This is a Zoeva 230, and I'm going to run the same Tease shade on my lower lashes. Going with a Makeup Geek brush. This brand also ceased to exist. This is the Defiant Crease brush. Okay, I'm going to use this for the outer V. I always like to use a darker shade on my outer V because it helps to shape and frame my eye. So I'm going to take this beautiful, let me swatch it. So it's like a green. Ooh, this shade is so gorgeous. If this shade would have been existed in a single, probably I would have not been purchasing the Naked 2 at the time, but I got it for this lovely shade because I always love it, and also I was asked what I'm wearing. It is a shade that works with brown eyes. Okay, I'm not going to fill all the way in. I'm going to save the inner space for a lighter shade, and I'm going to take the shade besides Pistol and add that. So I found this Khôl eyeliner by Jillian Dempsey. It's a brown, because for more mature ladies, using a black line can be harsh. Alright, I also added the liner on the waterline. It's a nice brown shade and it also lasts a long while in the waterline. A mascara that I shopped in my stash, I have it for a long time, just I didn't open it, is the L'Oreal Voluminous Lash Paradise. But this is the version that was sold Maybe it's still sold in the USA. I was holding to it for a long time until I forgot because I wanted to do a comparison with the European version. I remember not liking so much the European version. I was feeling that it flakes on me and it was loading and it was clumping my lashes. But I'm using this for a couple of times now and I absolutely love it. So I can understand why Lash Paradise was an OG in North America and not so much in Europe. So you have a look. It is wonderful. It's not very dry formula. It's buildable and doesn't clump. I hope they still make this. I'm going to use the Catrice Grip and Last Putty Primer that is having a little scoop and a cap here. The product, it's similar to the, oh no, the product is dried almost. The warmth of the finger might help, but I think this product, it has to leave my collection. You see, the purpose of this Shop My Stash video is not only to, of course, use up the makeup, but only to discover if there is something which I do not longer like or it has gone bad, so I can remove it. I'm going to use the NYX Born to Glow foundation in the shade Vanilla. This was one of my favorite foundations in 2022, I believe. I was late to the train using a E.L.F brush to blend it in. All my foundations are now light for my skin tone. One thing I don't like so much about this type of packaging is that it can get messy. So all the product came out, and if I put the cap on, then it's a disaster. So look how much product I have been wasting. I have my sponge here, so I'm going to tap in the excess McGrath Fetish Concealer, whatever is the name, in the shade L2. Okay, this might be lighter, but the other shade that I have, it's L6, and that one it's too dark. So maybe I could have combined, but when you blend it out, it's not that bad. So this is with concealer, I can see a difference on coverage. I always loved the coverage of this concealer. It's coming with a very nice doe foot applicator that it's capable to go inside and apply product exactly where you need it. I'm going to set the concealer with the by Terry Hyaluronic Hydra powder using a BH Cosmetics 125 brush. You remember how much I have been into this Dune contour stick? I think this was my first contour stick back in time. I purchased it from BoxyCharm drop shop and is the only Persona Cosmetics product that I have. It's a warm shade, so I tend to use this mostly during summer, but it's so creamy and blends like a dream. I don't have so much. Maybe I can pan it. And I also like the fact that it's coming with this cap, so you can put it on after use it, and in this way your product won't be drying out so fast. Moving on to blush, I'm going to use this one by Rose Inc in the shade Heliotrope. I bought a few products from Rose Inc maybe 1 or 2 years ago, and this is a very beautiful neutral shade, like a peachy pink. I also have a highlighter, but I feel that the formula for the highlighter, it's not the same. I don't know. That one went bad. Yeah, this one is okay. The next step is to set the face. I'm going to use the NYX Studio finishing powder. This is very finely milled, and I don't like the fact that it flies everywhere when I open it, so that's the reason I don't use it so often. But I feel like I'm choking whenever I use it, so I might discard this powder from my collection. I'm going to take another brush and just dust off the excess. Even when I put the lid on, it's still powder flying everywhere. For powder bronzer, I'm going to use this one from Maybelline City Bronzer. The lid is broken. I was thinking to buy another one, but then I said There are so many new products waiting for me to try them out. So I will use it as much as I can stand the packaging situation, and then I will move on. The highlighter, it's by the Balm. And as my knowledges are up to date, they are still making. This was my first highlighter, I believe, or the first highlighter that I purchased, because I usually didn't purchase highlighter. This is something that I was receiving in beauty subscriptions and so on, but this I purchased it, like specifically. So I will also add a little bit on the inner corner, you know what? Just to have some grip to it, I'm going to use this setting spray. And the last face product that I'm going to apply is the MAC Melba. I remember Dominique Saxe, it's the person that has made me purchase this one. This is a beautiful matte peachy pink shade, very pigmented. Next, I'm going to use this Decay Beauty lip liner in the shade Sweet Tea. I believe this is discontinued. I need to look down in the mirror. This is a nice shade. I remember wearing this lip liner just with a gloss or with a lip oil. So you remember I have been grabbing 3 lipsticks. I have Self Love, which I think is the most suitable for the lip liner. This is Passion, Inner Beauty, Self Love and Passion. Those lipsticks don't smell the way they did when I first received them. It's a beautiful shade. This is the Inner Beauty. Alright you guys, so this is the final look. Thank you guys so much for taking the time to watch. Please let me know if you like me to continue to do this Shop My Stash series, because for sure I'm going to love revisiting my collection. I want to wish you all a wonderful day ahead. Don't forget to subscribe if you are not already, and I'm going to see you really soon with another video. Bye bye!